Betrayed, 23F, by partner, 24M. Seeking help. Advice. https://www.reddit.com/r/relationships_advice/s/wz0vpa wvd0. I, 23F, and my partner, 24M, were together since start of college 2018. He was a year senior to me. We dated for like 8 to 9 months. We were immature. So after it was like on and off for a month after that. Then in mid-2019, he started to get distant, telling me not to go after him and stay if just wanted friendship. After like 6 months of begging him in mid-2020, I got to know he started liking some other girl, so he don't wanted to have anything with me rather than friendship. Their kind of relationship continued for like 1.5 years. And around mid-2021, he double-timed me and her, begging her to continue relationship with him and begging me also to give him another chance. This was because that girl dumped him for whatever reason. So his family and him begged me to stay with him as I was perfect and all. I was immature. Many of my friends, even my mom, told me not to get back with him, but I loved him even when he was with that other girl. Eventually, I was okay that he left me for someone else. But when he begged, I thought God eventually realized him, and he came back to me, so we got back together in mid-2021. After that, I was happy, but I can't get that other girl out of my head because she was my junior. I felt I was the second option for him, but because I love him, I accepted him back. For around a year, I was constantly checking upon him about his whereabouts. Whom is he talking? Is he still trying to be with that girl and all? I even got furious if I saw him in campus roaming around without him informing me. Still, I overcame that phase of doubt and worry, and our bond was becoming strong. Although sometimes I thought I never received love from Hill like I wanted, but he cared, talked to me daily, accompanying me in everything. He even used to not hang out with his friends sometimes to be with me. We spent 2 whole years in the library for studying for our exams. So basically we spent whole day together and go separate to our hostel just to sleep. In 2022 to 23, he moved out to rented home near our college during his internship. So basically I used to live in at his PG. This continued for like whole year. We were doing great, our sex life. Sometimes I feel he was little emotionally distant, but I never made bug issue out of it. I knew I was a bit clingy, but I was in love. So I did everything which make him happy. During his last year, he insisted to visit his home and his family, and I was happily ready. BCS, I thought he is welcoming me, and even his family used to video call me and requesting me to come and meet them, so I was like head over heels that we are gonna marry and everything is perfect. I will tell my love story to my kids and all. He was very good at keeping Annie happy. He helps me in studying, in exams. We used to go out to various places and all. And then, in March 2023, he has to come back to his hometown because his studies are completed and I have to spend a whole year without him. So I was worried how we will manage long distance and all, but we did it AO good. He visited me twice till September 2023. His mother was diagnosed with cancer in 2018, so her condition got worse, so they were in hospital, visiting doctors, and also I never cared when he denied visiting me sometimes. But he requested to me to come over to his house to spend days together, although I never liked this sides because I just wanted to be with him, not his family at that time. Sometimes it's a bit awkward, but he never understood and I can't stop myself without meeting him, so I used to visit every time. It's a bit 540 kilometers. During this period, we were happy and everything was doing great, but I felt lack of romance. Before that he used to video call me and had SX chat with me very often, but he suddenly stopped. So I talked to him, and his response were dry, and sometimes he even told me that leave me and go find someone else if you want love 24/7. I feel horrible at times, but he will call me even after every fight to please me and all. We never had such big fights to go our ways. It was all like he cares little and during long distance. But whenever I visited him, he was keeping me so happy at his home like I was his wife. I visited him in end of October 2023 and mid-November. I stayed at his home for around 4 to 5 days both the times. Then I visited him during New Year 31st December. Him and his family went for a trip of like 2 days. We were coming back to home and in car, and out of curiosity I checked his save files just to see R&Ds or any of our intimate photos, because he stopped chatting and video calling for purpose of physical pleasure, which I found very weird. Checking or using each other's phone was very normal for us. We used to share password and fingerprint in each other's phone. So it was never an issue. I opened file safe, and I found out one of his coworkers' knees. My heart shattered. My hands were shaking. Her mother was with us in car, so I didn't do anything. We reached home, and I checked message on every app, but I found nothing other than those knees. I confronted him after an hour. He told me that it was all through phone. He used to give her lift 2 to 3 times. They were both alone in car, but only for some 5 to 6 kilometers. Otherwise, many ladies' staff was with him mostly whenever he gave lift. He never blamed me, and took accountability that it's his mistake, his choice, and he is sorry for it. I was shattered. I pretended in front of his family that nothing happened. He begged him for the whole night, crying beside my legs, putting his head under my feet and begging me to forgive him, for sake of his mother, for our long-term relationship, etc., etc. I cried too. I couldn't even accept that this happened with me. I was betrayed by my love. I believed him after 2 to 3 days of constant crying and begging, that it was all through the phone and nothing physical. I stayed at his home door like 15 days, missing my college attendance, because I was so scared that what happened to me. I can't live without him. What am I going to do? How his dying mother will react? How can I leave him when his mother is dying? And after all, it's all just through a phone, not physical. I got these types of thoughts and I stayed with him. We fought a lot. He told me he will reassure me every time I need. He will listen every time I ran out about that thing, and I can talk to him whenever I can. I went to college. We fought sometime, but sometimes it was okay. In February, I visited him for 5 to 6 days. I saw that girl's number was unblocked. He lied to my face that he didn't know how it happened. I knew he was lying, but I also knew he stopped talking to her since I caught him. I didn't care that much. I was graduating in March, and also his mom died in March. I visited them for his mother's funeral, stayed, and did many house chores for 4 to 5 days. After completing my graduation, I visited him for 10 days in end of March 2024. I cared for him even after his betrayal, and look after him because though he needed me BCS of his mother's death and all. Even after this much, sometimes he used to get angry at me to bring up this topic again and again into our every fight and arguments. In February, when I went to his place, we were kinda arguing, and his sister came and started telling us not to be so selfish and make this all about you guys. Have some respect for the dying mother, and for her sake stop this thing which is going on between you. AMD, please focus on her, as she was also in a separation phase with her husband. So she started bragging about her, that how she is not focusing on anything but her mother, and you guys are fighting over silly thing happened a month ago till today. He also took her sister's side and told that he is also making me understand to shut this thing for now and focus on their mother. So I felt they were trying to tell me to stop feeling all that and stop it to make it about me. So I shut down my emotions BCS of his mother's condition.